So, about 31 months ago, on February 2nd, 2012, I stood in my bedroom. I had my then 10-year-old daughter, Haylie, take my before pictures. I was embarrassed and ashamed. And if you look at the picture, you can really tell that I was very unhappy and I just wanted to get it over with. And looking back, it just seems strange that I was so embarrassed to stand before my 10-year-old at the time and have her take a picture. I wanted to get it over with. At the time, I hadn't even told my husband I had purchased P90X because I was just afraid of failing. And I remember when she took these pictures, I told her, don't tell anybody. And I had no intention of sharing it with anybody. And it all comes down to, now looking back, is that I didn't think that there would be an after picture because I tried so many things in the past that didn't work. All of these things were ineffective, and most of all, I never told anybody what I was doing. And so I kind of set myself up for failure by not holding myself accountable and not rallying in, support from other people, which now that I'm part of Team Beachbody, I see that is so monumental. The people that dig deep into the challenge groups, they interact with other people, they share not only their victories, but their struggles, and, hear from other people that they're not alone. That really makes the journey so much more enjoyable when you can celebrate it with people who understand, and where you can, bounce things off of others and find out that they're struggling too and come up with different ideas to get past it, or just so you just simply don't feel alone. But the other day when I was looking at that before picture, I looked at myself and I had some aha moments. My hair, the color looked horrible. I hadn't had it cut since my son was born. When I started this journey, my son was a little over a year old, almost a year, or he was a year and a half. And before he was born, I'd get my hair done. Nothing elaborate, but I'd get my hair cut. I would get my nails done. I would get my eyebrows done. And then once he came along, I just stopped. I think if you're a working mother, you understand what it's like. You don't get much time with your family, especially, for me, I had 3 kids. By the time I got home, with a 20-minute drive after picking kids up, having to get dinner ready, homework done, things set out for the next day, you didn't have a lot of time with your kids. The weekends went by way too fast, so I stopped doing those things for me. I didn't want to spend the money, and it took away from my family. I didn't want to be away from my kids. I didn't have anybody to watch my children because we have no family, but I didn't have anybody to keep them when I would go get these things done, so I just stopped. And the more people I talk to, especially moms, the more I'm finding that I'm not the only one that just completely lost themselves. You stop doing things for yourself. You stop caring for yourself. You stop getting that time away because you feel guilty. You feel guilty taking the money from the family. You feel guilty because you already know you don't have enough time with your kids. And it happens. And, somebody told me the other day that she just became her husband's wife and her girl's mom, and she lost her identity. And it really is set in stone. And I met this other coach last weekend on Saturday when I spoke at the San Antonio Super Saturday, and she looked at my nails, and they're done, and she said, wow, your nails are so pretty. One day I'll get something done like that. And I said, why haven't you? And she said, because I have kids. I'm a mom, and I get that. And I told her something that I wish somebody had told me, is go do it. You need to do something for yourself. You need to feel better about yourself. You deserve it. It doesn't make you less of a mom. In fact, I think it makes you a better mom when you do stuff, when you feel pretty. And, she said, I will. And I need to check back with her and see if she did. Because she did say, she's like, my husband's really good about saying go. And, she came to Super Saturday, and I applauded her. I'm like, thank you for coming. I'm glad you came. She'd been a coach for a little over 2 years, and she hadn't went. And I asked her why. And she said, because of my family. I hate being away from them. And, she ran out, and then she actually came back and talked to me for a little bit. And I told her, don't feel guilty, especially when it comes to doing something where you're investing in yourself or making yourself feel better, or really just having a different identity than being somebody's wife or somebody's mom. And this is something that I want to remind all of you, is that if you feel bad about yourself, because I know that my personally sponsored coach and diamond coach, Gabrielle, she spoke at the Super Sunday that I hosted this last weekend too. And, she said the same thing. After she had her kids, she just kind of, got settled into mom life and stopped doing things for herself. And, that's where she started gaining weight, and it started to take a toll on her as a person, even her marriage. And, I see this happen. If you don't feel good about yourself, it really wreaks havoc on the relationships you have. And you can become resentful in life. And that's the last thing we want. We want you to feel better about yourself. That is my mission through Beachbody. And my personal mission is to help people believe in themselves, help them to have an identity, have them achieve things that they've never achieved. And just because you're a mom, just because you are a wife doesn't mean that you don't deserve it. We all do. And I think that we all feel guilty asking for help from our family or our spouse. And it doesn't make you less of a mom or a parent. But this is something I want you to focus on for the rest of the year is, it doesn't make you selfish. It makes you a better person, and it's okay. Now, if you're dumping your kids off to go to the bar once a week, then, maybe that's a little bit different than taking time away from yourself to feel better. But, working out, doing something to, make yourself feel pretty, even a haircut. Everybody deserves a haircut, do something like that, or even an hour a week, go sit and have coffee somewhere by yourself and just, catch up on your reading, or just have some time to yourself, because sometimes you'll lose yourself when you're so busy thinking and taking care of others. So that's my message to you today. And I hope that this resonates with you somehow, and that you really realize that, you're worth it. You deserve it. And this, in the end, will make you a better wife and a mother. So have a wonderful Friday.